With us to talk about some of the takeaways is Ben Smith, Semafor's co-founder and editor-in-chief. They've been publishing a daily newsletter right here in Davos. It's been a must-read about all the goings-ons. And we'll talk about that in just a moment.
Well, this is a great time for you to come on because you have to read.
Hang tight. Hang tight. Let's just talk, though, about what's going on here in Davos and whether we think it's actually changed. Because one of the things that there does seem to be a shift here in terms of prior years. Big policymakers, sort of less big policymakers this year, more of a business meeting of sorts. I don't know. What are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I think you showed this montage of every major Wall Street CEO is here, right. But they're not necessarily, and they're happy to show up on CNBC's set, but they're not here to make announcements about like water policy, sustainability. They're here to have meetings in the hotels over there, back to back all day.
Is that a backlash against ESG and what we've seen there? Is that we're in a challenging economic environment?
I think it's a couple of things. I think it's a moment where a lot of leaders, Macron, Sunak, Biden, don't particularly want to be seen sort of in this kind of globalist, high-end environment when there's a cost of living crisis at home or there's a feeling of that.
Do you think that Janet Yellen showing up not here but in Zurich, that's what that was?
I mean, yeah, actually, I think it is. And a bit of a snub to this institution, obviously, that she couldn't take the train.
For you, just isn't this a rich place to come to write about what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Isn't there a grist for a lot of...
Oh, it's incredible grist, but it's a big journalistic challenge. I don't know what your viewers feel about this, but I always feel when I write something about Davos, the main reaction is like you're reading a story about somebody who went to a party and they're telling you about it, and you're telling this long, boring story about a party you went to with all these rich people, and they just hate you. So I try to, it's sort of more fun to write for the audience here. But they read it, yeah.
That's what I would like to be you here and be able to just,
but let me ask you a question as an entrepreneur who's now started Semafor. You've decided you have a big contingent here, and you guys have been running a whole big number of events here. So you clearly have decided this is an important place to be.
Yeah, it's an incredible place to talk to like really central people who shape opinion, who make decisions, great sources. Big part of our audience. I would say my partner Justin Smith and I are sharing a hotel room. We're a startup.
Right. Okay. And what do you see? I mean, there's also a huge criticism of this place.
Yes.
And whether you think that that's changing, whether you think that this is, simple to say, is Davos dead? Is Davos alive? What is it?
I think it's going back to its roots. It started in the early 70s at the European Management Forum, and it was really a business place for sales and strategy, and a lot of the mission kind of grew out of that. And it feels this year like it's sort of back more to business. There's also a huge change in who's criticizing it. There's a modest-sized left-wing protest, climate protesters. They threw some snowballs, slowed down traffic. But if you search the word Davos on Twitter, it is all to the right.
Well, I was going to say Elon Musk has been.
It's Elon Musk and whipping it up, but it's people who think that the CEOs here are gathering to make you take vaccines and to eat bugs.
Right.
Like those, that is what they are. That's the thing.
The great line is billionaires telling millionaires how normal everyday people think. That's right.
Right.
You use that line, and I like it here because I feel like I'm in on the joke. Kind of. That's maybe I shouldn't say that, but I don't think a lot people aren't.
Right.
In on
well, what
it.
is the joke? No, well, the reason I always ask...
Here we are, people are taking private jets here to wring their hands about climate change when Putin's going to drop a...
But see, I haven't been to a single panel.
To be honest with you, I actually don't think that they're wringing their hands about anything. I think they're having business meetings.
Yeah, I think they're taking private jets here to meet with people who run sovereign wealth funds.
Right.
I mean,
how much do we talk about
I think the reason why, like,
the $2,500 night, ladies of the night that are shipped in here. I mean, there are great things to write about here.
Yeah, have you been writing about that? We were reading about that in the Daily Mail.
Yeah, the mail beat us to that one,
so to speak.
I thought we should be getting a guest out here.
Although, I mean, I actually think truly though.
Really happening.
Well, I mean, one huge change is there are fewer Russians, and as a result, there are not these huge Russian oligarch parties that were vastly more decadent than anything you're seeing now.
Right.